My name is Jonathon Zemek, and I'm one of the creators of Hillcrest. The story of Hillcrest in a nutshell is the coming-of-age tale of a young boy who, at a young age, experiences trauma. And the story follows him through the traumas, how he reacts to the traumas. It's very much a story of grace, of love, of forgiveness. And we use this Peter, as a young boy, up to adulthood as the way to navigate things that, honestly, we all go through in our lives.
It's love in you, is just love in me.
The name of the story Hillcrest actually came from where I grew up, which is in upstate New York. I grew up in a town called Binghamton, and one of the villages of Binghamton is actually Hillcrest. We brought that title in, from my childhood, which ultimately the story of Hillcrest is virtually everybody's childhood, man, woman, it doesn't matter. We all experience things in our lives just like what the character of Peter experiences in the story of Hillcrest. A lot of what he goes through is totally, what we all encounter, the emotions we encounter, what happens to us when we suffer loss, whether it be at a young age, at an older age, whether it be suffering the loss of a person, whether it be suffering the loss of an idea, which is ultimately the grand scheme of Hillcrest for the micro and the macro. In the micro we have Peter, the character of Peter, who suffers so deeply from the loss of what he thought was important, from the nurturing elements of his life. And in the macro we have the townspeople of Hillcrest who ultimately end up suffering the loss of something that is iconic to them, an ideology to them, a picturesque, this is what it should be. And by breaking those molds, we encounter both Peter going off the rails, but also to a degree, a society, a village, a town going off the rails. And the glory of Hillcrest is we have these beautiful leaders that come in, people that are spiritual, not spiritual, but people who can be a guiding voice through times that, we go through that are just laden with suffering and the breaking of our ideologies.
Let the love that's inside you shine on, shine on, shine on me.
What we decided to do with the main character Peter is give him two sides, a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is the dark Peter, who is played by Guy Forsythe, and there's a light Peter played by myself. Because why not pick the good one for yourself? And the defining difference is the dark Peter operates dominantly from that ego mind, that reptilian ego, I need this today, I need this now, I want it all, I want everything. The more emotional side of Peter is the light side of Peter. Through learning and growing, that light Peter eventually overcomes the dark Peter. And what we love the listener to take away from Hillcrest is that we all experience loss in our life. And we control how we react to that loss. And we also control how we react and help other people who may be going through loss. And in the end, it has to be through love and forgiveness. Or what's going to happen is we're going to lose more of what we hold dear. And, it goes back to the idea that, as we are all these interconnected people, there's no separation between us. And the story tells that, a mob, a group of citizens, a mailman, a guru, or a Peter. They're all so interconnected with each other that where one does something, it does affect the other. We can, as ourselves, make better choices to help other people, to love other people, to forgive other people, and also to have that same kind of love for ourselves. So the album Hillcrest actually comes out September 21st, 2018, and it is actually being released at Comic-Con this year in Austin, Texas.
You shine on.